Ladies and gentlemen, South Africa has CV, and I want you to let this sink in. I was looking at some of the videos on South Africa last night, and they're not struggling with medical supplies. See, because Africa is one of those places always hit with epidemics, they got everything they need. They are fully stocked, and they are preparing themselves for this virus, and they're already on top of it. So because they are used to getting hit with different kind of epidemics, they're fully equipped. America is supposed to be an advanced nation, and they are lacking in medical supplies. Let that sink in. Africa, the place they've been laughing at all this time, is better prepared than America, and they are not screaming for medical supplies like they're begging and screaming here in America. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's a new story that came out. South Africa's president announced 3-week lockdown over CV. This came out March 23rd, 2020, CNN. All right, let's see if I can get this to play.
Scientists consider this a worst-case scenario. Humanity, tightly packed and under threat from pandemic spread. You could have, in some circumstances, hundreds of people just to one tap.
To one tap, yes.
In the informal settlements of Tembisa, health advocate Mpho Mofokeng says that even basic protection from the virus, like washing your hands, is unrealistic. So people talk about simple solutions to prevent this, but they're not that simple here.
They're not that simple for us. They can be simple there, but they're not here. I don't see it working.
So they're going to have to stop it before it spreads.
Exactly.
Public health experts predict that Africa could be hardest hit by COVID-19. They say health systems won't cope. But in the early months of the outbreak, there were few confirmed cases. Some outbreak models predicted that lag because the continent remains relatively less connected to the most affected regions.
Africa would be affected after the rest of the world.
And health officials knew the virus would come.
Any part of the world can be a risk to other parts of the world in this global connectedness.
The delay has given leading African scientists a window to prepare. In January, South Africa and Senegal had the only two labs capable of diagnosing the virus. Now, more than 40 countries can test. And recent Ebola outbreaks in West and Central Africa have taught vital, life-saving lessons in quarantine and contact tracing. In many ways, Ebola, a frightening and deadly disease, is not as challenging, though, as COVID-19.
If you're all in a meeting room and you're close together, all those people would be exposed. Ebola, none of them would be exposed. So the numbers get very high. No matter what South Africa does to contain, if everywhere else in the world there are infectious cases, and there's no way you can really completely stop movement of a respiratory illness like this.
That force of infection is powerful. And perhaps all they can do is slow the spread.
So we are clueless, all of us. We don't know what is corona. We just hear from the radio. Corona, I think. Corona has arrived,
Are you worried?
I am. On a serious note, I am.
In Tembisa and across the continent, people are still anticipating the worst. David Mackenzie, CNN, Johannesburg, South Africa.
Okay. So, they're concerned, just like anybody else on this planet is, about getting the virus. Okay, so they are on a 3-week shutdown, according to Cyril Ramaphosa, their president. And this announcement came Monday in a televised address to the nation. Ramaphosa said the 21-day lockdown will begin at midnight Thursday. And he called on the country to urgently and drastically escalate its response. Immediate, swift, and extraordinary action is required if we are to avoid human costs of this virus, said Ramaphosa, adding that if the nation fail to act swiftly, it could face a human catastrophe of enormous proportion. Now, does this president sound concerned about its citizens? Is he standing there saying we only got 15 cases, by next week we'll have zero? Oh, it's a hoax. It's a hoax. Oh, the Democrats are just trying to do this to make me look bad. Is he saying all that stuff? He's showing complete concern for his people. Yeah, we don't know what that is here in America. In the week since the country declared a state of national disaster, the number of confirmed cases has increased sixfold, Ramaphosa said, especially troubling in a country with a large immune suppressed population of HIV and tuberculosis sufferers. So, ladies and gentlemen, they're doing everything they can, just like most countries on this planet. They're doing all that they can to try to contain this. So he's saying essential services. As of Monday, South Africa has more than 400 confirmed CV cases, according to the Minister of Health, the greatest number so far in the country in Africa. According to the World Health Organization, under the lockdown, people will not be allowed to leave their homes except for buying food, medical supplies, collect social grants, or seeking medical attention. All shops and businesses will be closed except pharmacies, supermarkets, petrol stations, and healthcare providers, as well as laboratories, banks, and other essential financial services, essential personnel, including healthcare workers, emergency and security personnel necessary to the response, will be exempt. South Africa's Defense Force will be deployed to assist the South African Police Service, Ramaphosa said. Ramaphosa implored South Africans to act in the interests of the nation and not out of self-interest. We are a nation of one. We are surely going to prevail, said Ramaphosa. South Africa declared a national state of disaster over the spread of the virus last week and prohibited travel from high risk countries, including Italy, Iran, South Korea, Spain, Germany, the United States, the United Kingdom, and China. Ramaphosa ordered the closure of half of the country land ports, schools, and banned public gatherings of more than 100 people across the country. So there you have it, a president that is showing some real concern for its citizens and not speaking out of and just craziness and sending people back to work, and the damn thing ain't even resolved yet. Whew, man. But y'all, please tell me what you think. You know, they have a president that's concerned about their well-being, and we got a high IQ president. Which one would you prefer to have? Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.